Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's Vrindavana Ramyasthana. Now coming to Brihad Bhagavatamrita. We are continuing with this and we are with Pandavas. Narada and Pandavas. So, 85, page 85. Okay. So, what did we read yesterday? Vaikuntha, its residence and everything within it are the greatest object of the transcendental love and mercy of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Greatest object of the transcendental love and mercy of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. The glory of the opulent residents of Vaikuntha, who are all the objects of Lord Krishna's mercy, is much greater than any glory I may possess. How will it be possible for me to describe their glory? Why is this Vaikuntha glory coming now? This is because of the power of their goes beyond action. This is far beyond. Because we were with the Pandavas and Narada. So we'll get that. Because we came from Lord Shiva to Prahlad Maharaja to Hanuman to Pandavas. So now we are with Pandavas. So we'll continue reading from there. 185. All right. This is Pandavas continuing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually. From Pandavas, Narada came to Yadus. Yeah, and he was glorifying all the Yadus. And Yadus were worshipping Narada. And Narada decided to sit down on the ground, on the floor. Yadus also sat down. So that's where we are now. So the Yadus, what are they saying? He is an ocean of great transcendental glory. Remembering him grants all the goals of one's life. He is the only shelter of the poor and shelterless. To the humble and lowly, he gives a benediction far more valuable than material piety, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation. However, among us, the fortunate Uddhava is the real object of Lord Krishna's great mercy. Uddhava is Lord Krishna's counselor, disciple, servant, and dear friend. So Yadus are saying this to Narada. The Lord sometimes leaves us and goes traveling. Not noticing our suffering, he goes away. We do not know when or where he will go again. Uddhava, however, always stays with him and serves him. Sometimes the Lord sends Uddhava to go accomplish something that should actually be done by the Lord himself. Uddhava's going to deliver Sambha is an example of such a mission. When the Lord enjoys the pastimes of taking his meals, Uddhava stays nearby. Uddhava alone regularly obtains the Mahaprasadam remnants of Lord Krishna's meals. And all right, continuing. Uddhava happily massages the Lord's lotus feet. Uddhava enters the happiness of sleep with the Lord's feet pressed against his chest. Sometimes Uddhava accompanies the Lord in his confidential pastimes. In the government assembly hall, Uddhava is the prime minister who speaks many jewels of good counsel to the Lord. By repeating Lord Krishna's many wonderful joking words and charming words of praise, Uddhava delights us and fulfills all our desires. Is it possible to describe his great good fortune? Since childhood, he has always been wrapped in service to the Lord's lotus feet. For this reason, a host of ignorant fools proclaims him a madman. Because he has attained the wonderful glory of always intensely desiring the Lord Krishna's lotus feet, Uddhava has now abandoned his human material form and attained a transcendental form resembling that of Lord Krishna. Uddhava is more handsome than Pradyumna and also more dear to Lord Krishna, always wearing yellow silk garments, jeweled shark-shaped earrings, garlands of forest flowers, and necklaces of jewels that had all been worn at one time by Lord Krishna. Uddhava delights us by bewildering us into thinking that instead of him, we are actually seeing before us Lord Krishna, whose handsome splendor attracts the hearts of his devotees. Uddhava looked so much like Krishna. Shri Parikshit said, when he heard these words describing Uddhava's transcendental good fortune, Narada Muni became very eager to go to Uddhava's home. Overwhelmed with wonderful, ecstatic love for Lord Krishna, and already knowing the way, Narada began to walk on the path to Uddhava's place when Maharaj Ugrasena, the king of the Yadus, said, "My lord, please hear something for a moment. Without the Lord's express command, Uddhava never leaves Lord Krishna's company. I cannot associate with him whenever I wish. The temporary maintenance of the kingdom robs me of that great attainment. I'm happy to execute his orders, but still I am cheated by the false respect he offers me." Uddhava, however, is very happy because he has the good fortune always to serve at the Lord's side. He is never cheated by Lord Krishna. Ugrasena is saying, "Please go there at once and give my message to Uddhava. Tell him the time for the Lord's arrival is already past. Please bring the Lord. Please give the royal assembly its Lord." So these are the words of Ugrasena asking Uddhava to bring the Lord to Sudama Hall. So Shri Parikshit said, "O noble lady," after hearing these words, Lord Mahavishnu's dear devotee Narada, who holds a veena in his hand, overwhelmed with love, forgetting everything, and like a man possessed, walked on the path to the inner rooms of the Lord's palace, a path full of wonders that he had traveled many times before. Sometimes he stumbled, sometimes he fell to the ground, sometimes he stood motionless, sometimes he trembled, sometimes he rolled about, sometimes he cried out, sometimes wept floods of tears, sometimes he sang and danced, sometimes in a single moment he manifested together all the symptoms of the treasure of ecstatic love. Oh, my mother, please be attentive. Please carefully hear something that makes me become stunned with love. On that day, as Lord Krishna morosely slept in his bedroom, Shriman Uddhava left his side and came to the doorway. Then Baladeva, Devaki, Rohini, Rukmini, and other queens, headed by Satyabhama, Kamsa, gossiping, Mother Padmavati, the servants, and many others became silent, and with wonder they gazed at Narada, who was acting in a way never seen before. Rising, they made him wash his face and brought him to his natural condition. Slowly and softly they said, "O Brahmana, we have never seen anything like this. What has suddenly happened to you? Please sit quietly for a moment." Shri Parikshit said, bowing down, trembling, and his body hairs standing on end with great effort. He opened his eyes, flooded with tears, and with a voice choked with emotion, said, Narada, Sri Narada said, "Please bring me to supremely fortunate Uddhava. The dust of his feet will bring peace to my heart." No devotee, either in an ancient times or today, has attained the great mercy of the Lord he has attained. He is the greatest of devotees. The Lord himself has described his glories. His ancient and recent sons headed by Brahma, his brothers headed by Balarama, his friends headed by Shiva, his wives headed by the goddess of fortune, and even his own transcendental form are not as dear to the Lord as Uddhava is. The Lord himself has said this. The Lord's words since ancient times show the great glory of Uddhava's good fortune. Today, the extraordinary wonders of this mercy were sung by the best of the Yadus, passing through the door of my ears and entering my heart. Passing through the door of my ears, entering into the heart. That's so nice that Narada's mind is not abstracting anything, straight from the ears to the heart. So Narada is saying, passing the door of my ears and entering my heart. That description has now plundered all the wealth of my peaceful composure. Shri Parikshit said, bewildered, Uddhava at once stood up, placed Narada's feet on his chest, embraced them, understood what was in Narada's heart, remembered the great souls who had attained the Lord's great mercy and was overcome with tears. With a great struggle, regaining his peacefulness, happy with transcendental envy, he said to Narada Muni, Sriman Uddhava said, "O all-knowing one, O best of the truthful, O best of the great sages, O Lord, because you're the first teacher of the path of devotional service to the Lord, what you say is certainly true. All that you have said and more is true of me. I know this, and others also know. Recently, I went to Raja and saw something that ground into dust my pride in my own great good fortune. There, I could understand the wonderful sweetness of Lord Krishna, his mercy, his love, and his devotees. By seeing them, I became very fortunate and attained all the Lord's mercy. Thinking that I had attained the Lord's great mercy, I became flooded with bliss. So, we will continue this later. Uddhava. Now, starting to speak about the Vrajavasis. All right, so we'll pause here. Shriman Uddhava ki jaya, Narada ki jaya, Srila Prabhupada ki jaya, Samveda Bhakta Vrinda ki